Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, let's learn a Python program, that is write a Python script to reverse the internal content of each word. So given a string as input to this Python program, so your task is to take each and every word and try to reverse the internal content of each given word. So that is a problem statement. So let's try to solve this. For example, let's take an example and let's see. Let's take script as my word. So this is my input and output should be S and T are intact, and the internal content, that is PIRC, should be the output. So this should be the output and this is your input string. So once we are done understanding this, so let's try to solve this. So let me take a variable to store the input string. So let's use input underscore string and use the input function call to ask a user to enter a string. Yeah, so once the user enters a string, so it will be stored in this variable. So now let's take another variable in order to store the output string, and let's initialize this to an empty list. So I'll be trying to get each and every word in a reversed and storing it into a list. So that's the reason I am using the output string as a list. So once we are done getting input and output, so let's try to iterate all the words present in this input string and try to reverse it. For example, let's use a for loop for the iteration, that is for each and every word in the input string. So what I have to do is I have to convert this string into a list of words. So for that I'll use a built-in function, that is split. So this will give me the each and every word that is present in the input string. So once we get the input, that is a word, so let's try to check the length of the word. So if the length of the word is 1 or less than 1, so what you do is just append it. For example, over here, so you can see in this string, so only a is there, that is length is 1. So you just have to append it. So let's take a built-in function again and let's take word is equals to 1. So what you do is just append the word to the output string. So let's take output string dot built-in function again and you have to append the word. So if the length of the string is greater than 1, so what you do is you just take a else block, and here is the main logic you have to write, that is in order to reverse the internal content of each word. So let's take again output string dot append, and in order to get the first and last character of word, so let's use the indexing. So word of 0 is the first character, and word of -1, that will be your last character. So let's use -1, and in between, so you have to take the internal content and try to reverse it. So in order to take the internal content, so let's use word of 1 colon -1. So this will give us the internal content, and we have to reverse it. So let's use a string slicing method colon colon -1. So this is how you take the internal content of each word and try to reverse it. So once the for loop completes, so you will be having the reversed internal content of each word that will be stored in this output string. So let's try to print it. So before printing, so we have to join it. So let's take output underscore string and let's try to use a join using the space. So let's use again built-in function, and we have to pass a string, that is a list containing the words, and this will be converted into a string over here. Yeah, so once we are done getting the output string, that is in a string format, so here it will be a list format, so you are converting it to a string. So let's try to print the output string over here. So let's say output string is, so let's give colon, and here let's try to print the output string. Yeah, so this is a complete Python program to take a input string and try to reverse the internal content of each word. So let me execute this and let me show you how it works. So let me copy paste the same. So you can see output string is w, that is this. So let's take an example. This particular word, that is w, is intact and e is also intact. And let's see RIT. So you can see RIT is reversed over here. Yeah, and also you can see that is a, that is a single word. So you can see a is still intact, and remaining that has more than one character has been reversed. Closing it. So let me run it again, and here let's say a, and you can see output string is still a. So let me run it again and give some spaces. You can see the output string is it has not printed anything, that is spaces it has printed. Yeah, so this is a complete Python program to reverse a internal content of each word of a given string. So I'll give this code in the description of this video. So that's it in this video. Hope you liked it. Thank you for watching. Bye.